Hey y'all, this is Anso. Today, got some bad news. I can't say. A neighbor and an acquaintance died last night or early this morning, and it was from an overdose. We don't know if it was pills or drugs or fentanyl. We don't know what it is, but we do know that it was an overdose. He was loud. He was funny. And he seemed to be an okay dude. But we've had a lot of suicides and accidental overdoses. It's taking a lot of people away. Whether, sometimes the kids are bullied, and they're bullied to the point where they want to do that, or someone's heartbroken, and other than, they usually don't shoot themselves till they went around and they done shot up everybody, and then they go and they shoot themselves, which they should have started off that way. It would have saved a whole lot of lives. And I've had a few in my family. I've had a few overdoses and other things like that. I remember when I was younger and my cousin died. It wasn't from an overdose, though. He was using heroin. And his brother told him not to get it from a certain person because they were putting rat poison in it. Yes, rat poison. And he did. And it had rat poison in it. And it did the same thing to him that it do to rats. It killed him. And it was like, I told him, but you can tell people. But people are going to do what they're going to do anyway. And there's nothing really that you can do to change that. So if it was going to happen, it was going to happen. But a few years later down the line, he OD'd. And I'm sure somebody told him he need to stop doing what he was doing. But like I said, you can't tell people what to do. I mean, you can try. You can try and tell them what to do, but they're going to do what they want to do anyway. You know how some people are. No matter how many times you tell them, no matter how many times you show them, they go back and they do the exact same thing, or they're going to do what they want to do. And he was actually the brother of the other one. And there were 3 boys. And the last one lived in Staten Island, and he seemed to be doing very well for himself. Despite everything that went on and him losing his brothers, but he was kind of young when his older brother died. Because I think I was like 10, so I think he was maybe 13 years old, and so everybody thought that he was doing well, because his other brother had several children. And he had a little girl that didn't like to keep on shoes. So every time they were driving, the shoes come flying out the window. She was a character, but it's a shame he had to leave all those kids behind. And the last one, like I said, he seemed to be doing very well, and he moved out to Staten Island, and I think I drove out there with some friends at least one time. Went out there to see him. And he'd come in and he saw us, and it was nice seeing him. And then next thing I know, I done heard that he had passed away because he OD'd. And I'm sure that they were accidental. He didn't seem to have any, but you never know somebody on the inside. You know, they can be happy on the outside and laughing and joking, and then the heart is breaking on the inside, or something's not right on the inside. And it may seem accidental, but sometimes it's subconscious. Subconsciously, they accidentally, on purpose, did it. So other than that, I haven't, I knew somebody had alcohol poisoning. But you know, at that time, earlier, I didn't realize that you could get alcohol poisoning. And when they said that, that was like, what? You can get poisoned from alcohol? But yeah, nowadays, like they say, too much of anything, it's not good for you. So whether you OD on food or drugs or whatever, everybody has some type of vice that they're dealing with. And somebody else sees it. Usually people say something. Sometimes they go about it the wrong way. They insult and but that's not the way to do it. You know, because it's just like when you're a smoker, and then somebody else smokes too, and they stop. Then all of a sudden, they're the head of the "I'm going to stop people from smoking" league. So they come out, you're smoking. You know your mouth is like an ashtray. But they were just smoking. And now they act like that's the most disgusting thing in the world. So then once you're a smoker and they stop smoking, they be like that, then you don't really want to be around them. And that goes with when people not eating pork, or they become a vegan or a vegetarian. I don't understand how they can be a vegan though. That's like eating nothing. And tofu is horrible. Oh my goodness, it's horrible. But like I said, you can. I mean, some of these things, even though you OD, it's not gonna kill you. And like with food, all you're gonna probably do is get fat, get a stomach ache, and need the shit. But there's other things that do that. When people taking these prescription drugs, and they take more than they should, or they like the feeling and they want to stay that way, so they take it. And then sometimes they take them too close, and certain things you can't eat. You can't even take close. And when you do these, you have to drink plenty of water, or else they build up inside your body. They're not dissolving like they should be, and they're not being broken down in the stomach, you know, because you got the acids in your stomach that help break down the food. And they're not being broken down, so what they do is, as you keep taking them, you're not drinking enough water, they build up, it doesn't all dissolve. So they just get packed on top of each other, and then you end up with a lot in your body, and what? You can OD, or it'll make you very, very sick. And when you get older, you can't afford to get sick like that, because sometimes you can't fight it. You know, once you get I mean, if you're healthy, yeah, and nowadays they're much healthier than they used to be. But some of them can't fight it. So it makes it very hard, and then they end up ODing. Or also, when they become forgetful, and they take the meds, and then they go back and they take the meds again because they forgot that they had already taken the meds, and then they take them again. And yep, OD. So there's several ways of ODing and not really meaning to OD. And I'm sure most of these didn't mean to have an overdose. I mean, you got something like Fantasia was trying to overdose on aspirin. Of course, that didn't work. That didn't kill her. Uh, that really didn't do very much. But sometimes people OD. Sometimes they're asking for help. Other times they're not. But let's try to keep an eye on each other, especially if you have someone taking pills or doing drugs. No one's saying to tell them to stop doing them, but just depending on what kind they're doing, you have to keep an eye on them. So just keep an eye on them. And to Josh, rest in peace. So this is Enso in the know, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.